Hey, yeah, it's me, Rag, and this is the recap of week 5 of digging out a chunk for every 4 live on TikTok. And I've decided now, being almost 2 weeks into February and 41 days into this project, that I am going to do a weekly recap here on YouTube and not a monthly recap like I did last month, and that I'll keep posting daily on TikTok and Instagram. Well, I'm not gonna beat around the bush for too long, and let's just start with... Hey, and welcome to day 33 of digging out one chunk for every follower I have on TikTok. We're now sitting at 148 followers. That's 7 more since yesterday. And today I dug out 7 chunks, so the chunk deficit stayed at 48 chunks. Today was one of these sessions where I clearly decided I had a personal problem with myself, because I managed to break 2 whole pickaxes in under an hour of digging the chunks today. And I don't know if it's just me having bad luck or just bad attention at all. So we did had a huge milestone today. I've now removed 100 chunks in total. It's not a hole anymore. I have removed 3 million blocks. And if I were to spread each of those blocks into a perfect square next to each other, I would cover a surface area of 743 acres. That's almost covering the entire surface area of New York Central Park, which is 843 acres. Also, fun fact, today is my birthday, and apparently the way I chose to celebrate this day was by aggressively deleting my Minecraft world one chunk at a time. Seems like a solid life choice to me, not gonna lie. When this video goes up later, I'll probably still be live over on Twitch digging out chunks. Maybe not, maybe if my brains turn too much, I might switch over to more rivals for a bit, but depends on how. Hey, and welcome to day 34 of digging out a chunk for every follower I have on TikTok. Today we are at 163, 15 more to the deficit. Boo. Okay, so with my eternal wisdom yesterday during the 24-hour stream, I decided that it was a good idea to go look for a nether fortress in a soul sand valley to set up like a very basic wither skeleton farm. Before I could find one, I messed up and I died in lava. Man, I just wanted another beacon for speed effect. Jeez. I then had to spend like 2 hours going back to the end, finding another elytra, getting a new shulker box, retrieving my items, which was a complete success, by the way. I then also had to replace the shulker boxes that I lost, which took another hour. Because, you know, why wouldn't I go explore the nether with all of my important gear, like all 30 of my pickaxes, you know? After that whole debacle, I went to the end again, got a shulker in a boat, and I will not elaborate for what he's gonna use in future projects. Also, thank you to everyone who joined the 24-hour stream, even though it was technically only 22. Hey, and welcome to day 35 of digging out one chunk for every follower I have on TikTok. Today we are at 169. Nice. 6 more than yesterday. Today I dug out 2 chunks. I also moved the entire storage area closer to the place I'm currently working on, as the old location of the storage was now almost 400 blocks away, and it just seemed like a good decision for long time save. Yesterday I actually forgot to mention that I replaced all the torches that mark all the corners of the chunk and also light up the area with frog lights. It's just so to help long-term performance of the world. And to finish up today, I have made plans. I've been working on these plans for the couple days now for the upcoming stages of this project. I have named these as follows. 1 is the symbol, 2 the fork, 3 the crater, 4 the citadel, 5 the city, 6 the roads, 7 the terraforming act, and 8 the ancient pillars. I do want to hear your theories what these phases are all about. Please write them in the comments. Hey, and welcome back to day 36 of digging out one chunk for every follower I have on TikTok. Today we are at 181, 12 more, and I dug out 2 chunks again. And holy shit, I just saw the Overwatch spotlight. Mind you, I don't even play Overwatch, I play Marvel Rivals. But holy shit, Jetpack Cat. Oh my god, I love him. Jetpack Cat literally gives off the same vibes as Jeff the Landshark. He is so freaking goofy, I love him. Also, is Overwatch going into its redemption arc now? Or did it already go through its its redemption arc with Overwatch 2. And now that they are dropping the 2 and returning to just Overwatch and introducing a new story, are they entering their villain arc? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not gonna say it, but one of the heroes, one of the new heroes ults, sure as hell is giving off Phoenix vibes from Marvel Rivals. This whole new season 1 for Overwatch makes me think Overwatch might be worth picking up again, or just picking up in general. But there are so many exciting game updates coming out over the last couple days and weeks, like the Terraria update, Bigger and Bolder, or the Helldivers 2 Siegebreaker war ones. But I'll talk about these two in a later date. Hey and welcome back to day 37 of digging out one chunk for every follower on TikTok. Today we are at 183, that's 2 more. And I dug out 2 chunks. And then the player appeared in the world. At first, nothing changed. It was as if a small pebble had been turned on a beach. But as the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months, the world began to change ever so slowly. From the player's view, it felt natural. Trees were cut, stone was shaped, mountains were hollowed out, not out of malice or hatred for the world, but out of purpose. The world yielded, block by block, and in doing so, it began to take form. As the player reshaped the world in his image, Null began to take notice. At first, it was only a glance, nothing spectacular, a mere fraction of a second, but over time, Null lingered, watching with quiet curiosity. The player felt it too, though he could not name it, just as a sense of being watched, not threatened, not guided, simply observed. It became clear that the player was more powerful than any other being in this world. Null's curiosity slowly turned into something the beings of this world might call an idea, a question without words, and so Null compelled the player to go on a quest to find something. What that something is, Null does not yet know, and neither does the player, but the world will change until it is found. 38 of digging out one chunk for every follower on TikTok. Today we are at 186, 3 more, and today I dug out 8 chunks. So today I got unreasonably pissed off while doom scrolling on Instagram during the recording of this. So what did I get pissed about? Well, I get pissed about this. How does this even work? I am genuinely confused. Though I do know both Insta and TikTok have options to just promote your post. For example, I can pay TikTok like €1,000 to gain roughly 10,000 followers, but I'm not going to. I believe that if I put in the effort now, I can get to the monetization all on my own. Though however, I have used this feature before on one of my posts that wasn't doing well after 12 hours and only got 1 view, and mostly out of curiosity. I still feel bad about it. But doing that isn't as bad as this guy over here, another resident third-party thinker using AI to make all of his content, while other people are out here digging out a large area that ranges between 6 and 60,000 chunks for a silly build. And yeah. On a different note, however, I was experimenting with different camera angles today. Please do tell me if that's better than the old one. I sure do love feedback. Hey yeah, and welcome to day 39 of digging out one chunk for every follower I have on TikTok. Today we are at 197 followers. That's 11 added to the account. And I dug out 8 chunks again. Turns out the days I don't have to work are the days I do the most chunks. So I finally managed to get around to watching the Bigger and Bolder trailer from Terraria. Yeah, it's been out for like 2 weeks. I know I'm late. But honestly, the idea of getting crushed by a random boulder during rain or getting struck by lightning mid-boss fight is weirdly amusing to me. It's just pure chaos. The new crafting system actually looks really nice though. That should make things way smoother, but the thing is, I'm more excited about the skyblock preset for the world. The only reason I'm not already playing is because the Terraria mod loader isn't updated yet, and if I'm going back to Terraria, I'm doing it properly, which means I'm using the Calamity mod. And you should know by now that I like my games the painful way. On a different note, today we passed the 2% completion mark for this whole first phase of the project, which sounds great until you realize that means there's still 98% left. Easy enough. On yet another note, I'm almost done with the full project planning. Only phases 5 and 8 need a bit more work. Everything else is mapped out and I just have to, actually get to the phase. And that should be it for today. Please like, comment and follow, and I'll see you tomorrow for more completely reasonable mining.